Hello.
Hey everybody. Welcome back to the Journey with Chloe show.
This is like episode, turning down the mics a bit. So, we had fun last week. Basically, to sum it up, the station wasn't working, and that's okay. So this week, it's more like an episode 5.5 instead of episode 6.
Yes.
And I will say next week, we'll get Ethan back
This
on.
week, we just got off of fall break. Yesterday was the end of it, so we're
going to be honest, we got nothing planned, so we're just going to have some fun.
We're just going to talk about what we did over fall break, some shows we've been watching, some music we've discovered, and yeah. All right, so to start it off with, Chloe, how was your fall break?
My fall break was pretty good. I kind of was everywhere and nowhere. I stuck on campus for a bit. We went to Muncie.
We did.
Tried to donate plasma. That didn't really work out.
We did try to do that. We didn't realize, whenever you go to places like that, you're supposed to like schedule an appointment, and we did not schedule an appointment. That was my phone. Okay.
We just weren't prepared.
But
that's okay.
We were prepared
for Target.
Target. We had our pockets loaded. We're still broke college students, so we didn't have any money. But we enjoyed looking at some very interesting sections of clothing, including neon green with white striped pants.
They were $50.
They were $50.
Ooh.
And yeah, I tried them on because actually I didn't try those on. I tried on this like super bright pink skirt that had, just for fun, you can do whatever.
With one of those sweater tank tops.
It was quite interesting. But yeah, give me 3 highlights from your fall break.
3 highlights?
Yeah.
Ooh, Target run. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun. Not once, but twice.
Twice. Same time, different days. It was kind of strange. It was like a deja vu moment. Saturday, Journey and Caroline. Shout out to Caroline. Pascal.
She'll be in the play, so go watch her in the play.
Yeah, she'll be in Women of Lockerbie.
Mm-hmm.
The Women of Lockerbie. They came over to my house. We had like a sleepover bonfire thing. That was actually a lot of fun.
That was very fun.
We're gonna try to do it again. Get more people down.
We roasted pizza over the fire. already cooked pizza. Already cooked.
Yeah, we roasted pizza over the fire. Journey was a psychopath. She was tearing up marshmallows and chucking them into the fire. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we watched Squid Games for a bit.
We did.
We'll get back to that. We're definitely gonna be talking about Squid Games. And then my family and I, we went down to Kentucky for a bit. That was a lot of fun. It was good to see them again. And I will say there was this one. We were in a cemetery. This is a little strange, but we were in a cemetery, and there was apparently this old man there. And he was a little strange. He was like telling a story to these other people, so I like listened in a bit, and we all kind of listened in a bit without making it obvious that we're listening in. He was telling the story about how he was apparently in Florida, and he like killed this alligator. And from what I heard, when he like opened up the alligator that he killed, he found like human remains inside.
That's disgusting.
Which was fun yet strange. I told this to a friend, and we'll keep him anonymous. Anemone. And out of all the things you could ask about in that story, he asked, "Why are you in a cemetery?" I didn't know what to say, because I was like, out of all the things you could have asked, that's what you asked. But, maybe I just really like to hang out in cemeteries over the weekend.
Maybe so.
Should make that a thing.
On the topic of cemeteries, though, we do have some supposedly haunted cemeteries around Taylor. So
here's the thing.
I don't think I'm going to go visit them, because I get kind of freaked out over that
I feel like
stuff,
every local place claims that their cemetery is haunted.
Every small town will self-declare themselves having a haunted cemetery.
This is also so random, but when I was in Tennessee over the summer, there was a cemetery and there was a church by the cemetery, and they were having like a revival service. But I felt like you get what I'm saying. I felt like it's a little strange to have this giant banner up on your church that says revival when your church is right next to a cemetery. Like,
it's a little the irony.
Why?
Oh no.
I didn't go. Maybe I should have to see what that was all about.
We could have got some Lauren Daigle start singing like Dry Bones.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
Oh no. Well,
Charity, how's your
yes.
fall break?
So it was pretty good. I went to Chloe's house. We had a campfire, watched some Squid Game. That was pretty cool. Let's see here. Yesterday I went on a film trip, so I got to interview Lizzie Smith.
Oh yeah,
She's a Paralympian. So she has, on her left arm, it only went out to, like, she doesn't have a full arm, basically. Just from, like, a birth defect, basically. But she is a Paralympian?
Paralympian,
right? A swimmer. So she has gone to Tokyo and Rio and all of these really cool places for swimming, and she is a full-time athlete at this point. She's a professional swimmer. So she was just kind of talking about her story of, like, just trying to be, like, so-called normal in with having, like, a disability, basically. But it was really cool, some of the things that she said. They're making a documentary over her for the junior film class. The junior
film documentary class, yeah.
Yeah, so it was very cool. And
I helped with that, too, like, not this past Sunday, but, like, 2 Sundays ago. I really want to see this documentary when it's done because
she is actually incredible. Like, she attached a chain to her arm so that she could pull up a what's that, like, deadlift sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very interesting. And, like, she'd do sit-ups.
That's just like weights.
And, like, yeah, basically. And, like she was just saying how it was so cool. It was so cool for her because she's like, yeah, there's a million ways to do a task. So she gets to discover all of these different ways of, like, doing things that other people do, like a lot of people do, but I don't know. It was very cool. The other thing I did was I played Dungeons and Dragons yesterday.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was very interesting. Justice ran it, and I think that is why it was actually pretty good, because he's a very good improv storyteller.
He also has his own radio show
he does.
On Thursdays at 6 p.m. called My Side of the Table, and he talks about D&D. So if you want to, if you're interested, go check that out. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Little shout out there.
We got to give shout outs. Yeah. So, yeah, it was very interesting because it's basically like it's a game of storytelling, and he has, like, a map. It's kind of like the way we played it was there was an escape room, sort of. It was kind of had that feel, you know. So we start in the first room, we get all these hints, whatever, and then we have to, then we enter into the second room, and then we have to figure out how to get to the third room and whatever. I think there was, 14 rooms or something. So we played for 3 hours, but it was really fun. And, there was 5 people who played. So he was, the person narrating it, and then it was 5 people playing, so it was super fun.
The Dungeon Master, the DM.
The DM, yes. So, yeah.
Who all was there?
It's pretty fun. Thane was there. Zara, Kirsten.
They also have their own radio show Friday at 11 p.m. They do movie reviews.
and
check that out.
Movie reviews, yes. And then Monty was there.
I don't think he has a radio show.
I don't think so either.
Nor does Thane. But
yeah.
We just
Sometimes they're hosted, so
did 2 shout-outs, so I expect some payment in return.
Some payment in return. Yeah, but it was really cool. So, all 5 of us, we were all, in the same... Because it's all in your imagination, which was so... It was very, very cool because you're just, imagining what's going on and, seeing all these things. And he was really good at describing what place we were in. I don't know. It was pretty fun. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, now let's talk about shows, because I know we watch shows over break. So, a little disclaimer here, or not disclaimer, a little preface, I guess. We watched Squid Game, which is a show on Netflix, which a lot of college students and probably high school students are watching right now. But it definitely has some gore and violence, and just stuff like that.
Warning, it's very gory.
It's very, very gory, but
it's a very gory show, but it's a very good show.
It's a good show for a mature audience, if that makes sense. I'm basically talking to my family at this point. I don't think the rest of you guys are allowed to watch it. However, I'll tell you about it here. But basically, it's also in Korean, so you have to watch it.
Watch it with subtitles.
some
Excuse
people
me,
say
do not
to
watch
it
it.
in English, but
Do not watch it with the English
translation
dubs.
Yeah.
Watch it with subtitles.
Yes,
please.
that's what I've been told. I watched it in both. Like, I watched, because 9
Subtitles.
episodes, so, you know, whatever.
Subtitles.
But it's pretty cool. So
I'll say it one more time.
basically, it's this.
Subtitles.
So you know where you went wrong if you don't see subtitles. Oh no. But basically, it's this group of people who are super broke, and they're super in debt because of their own doing. So there's a couple people who are like, they are betting all the time, or they're into gambling, things like that. And so they enter into this game, and it's all like by word of mouth and things like that, which is very like, it's all like under the table sort of stuff. And so you get this card, and then you call in, and you're like, yes, I want to participate in the game. So it's a show completely by choice, basically. And so 456 people, they all are like, yes, we want to join the game. So basically, the reason they want to
pause really quick. What's actually really interesting about it is that they're all excuse me, they're all what's the word? Forcibly? Is that a word? Forcibly taken?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word.
They're taken by force, but
they're taken by force
there,
at
they're
first.
allowed to leave.
Well, once they get there, they play the first game, they actually see what's at stake.
Yeah.
They all vote to leave.
So what is at stake for those who haven't watched it?
You die.
So
you play games, you get eliminated. Elimination equals death.
But why are they wanting to be there?
Yeah. All of these characters are in debt. Like, they're millions of dollars in debt.
Yeah.
And the winner gets this large sum of money.
Yeah. Because basically, however much they're in debt is how much money gets put into this huge piggy bank. Yeah. And so
when you die,
your
all
money
of your
goes
debt
into
goes
that
into
bank.
the piggy bank.
Yeah, and then whoever wins gets all of that money. So all the people go, and then they play the first game, and it's like red light, green light thing, but it's like, if you lose, you die, basically.
Yeah, what's really interesting is that, excuse me, you see how desperate these people are. Like, they would rather die than live with this debt. Like, they would rather die in the slim chance that they'll get billions of won, which is Korean currency, than live knowing that they have this opportunity. So when they vote to leave, they ultimately decide to come back, and that's what makes the stakes even higher. That's what makes the show so stinking good.
Because all the people there are choosing to be there. Yeah. And it's an insane concept of like greed, but also like just desperation and all this stuff. And so it's like throughout and there can only be one winner. So the whole time, okay, they're all going to die, whatever. But it's super interesting because you have all these conflicts within the characters of like, some people are in there because they're completely selfish and they just want to win the game themselves. Like, but then you have also this idea of like, you are comparing it to the Hunger Games and
a lot of people compare this to the Hunger Games. Yeah. But I honestly think it's better than the Hunger Games.
I think it's way better.
It's so much better.
There's no romance in it.
Well, not even that. Yeah. I agree with that. But not even that. It's to the point that in the Hunger Games, the narrative is solely focused on Katniss. Yeah. Like, you get a little bit of some of the other characters, but it's mostly Katniss. So she's
gonna live.
But with this show,
there's like 6 main characters.
Yeah, there's like, you have your main protagonist character, and he's extremely important. But then it branches out to all these different characters, and then it gets to the point when you're like, oh, I completely forgot about our main character because I'm so invested in these other side characters. So you
don't really think of like, oh yeah, I mean, obviously, whenever
like,
you
obviously,
have one person,
your main character, he's going to win.
He's going to win.
There are points when I even thought, oh, are they actually going to kill him off? Because they're branching away from him so much. But they're giving all these other characters
to show like character development. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. And, like, the ways in which, because you're like, oh, yeah, you already know, like, they're all going to die or whatever. But, like, some of the ways in which they sacrifice their life for another person. Because at the end of the game, because they went through, like, 4 or 5 different games, something like that. But it was, like, at the end of it.
I don't know if we're going to go into spoiler territory.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just going to say,
I know we're like dipping our toes into the spoiling pool. There shouldn't be spoilers.
We won't spoil it. But we just say
just wanted to make sure.
there was a lot of sacrifice because one of the characters knew that the way like another character would use the money responsibly, basically. So it was very interesting like that. I had another point because there's another side of this thing that was so
detective.
Oh yeah,
the detective?
There was somebody who went undercover because nobody knew where this place was or how it was still in the location, like how had the police never seen it, whatever. So you also have like 7 different plot lines going on basically at the same time, but it's not confusing because there's like 9 episodes, right?
Yeah.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
So like on each, it's not even like each episode is different, but they combine so much information in 1 hour, but like it all makes sense. It's not confusing. So it is a very interesting show. Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
All in all, I would highly recommend you go check it out.
Yes.
There is a violence warning. It's
definitely violence warning. But
I would say it's rated R.
Probably so. I would agree.
MTV 14.
Yeah. But the overall concept is really good.
Watch responsibly,
Watch responsibly. Yes, please do. Okay, so another show I started watching. I started watching this yesterday, actually. And it is called Maid. So MAID. So like a housemaid or a housekeeper sort of thing.
Oh.
So basically this is another Netflix series that's it covers the story of Alex, which is a single mom who turns into house cleaning because, okay, I'm reading this off of Google. I'm reading the summary because if not, I'll just keep on going. But basically, let's see here. It's a story of Alex, which is a single mother who turns to house cleaning to barely make ends meet as she escapes an abusive relationship and overcomes homelessness to create a better life for her daughter Maddie, who is 2 years old. So, right now, I am on episode 7 out of 9, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. And it's very cool because it shows, it's set in current time. So it's really interesting because, it's about this woman who is like, she's 25 years old and she's got this 2-year-old daughter and whatever. But her husband, he is an alcoholic, basically. And so he emotionally abuses her. He's never physically abused her. But it's really interesting because the law doesn't recognize emotional abuse as abuse. So she's trying to like fight for her daughter and fight for custody and all this stuff, but she can't because her Sean, which is her ex-husband, because she's like trying to separate from him, whatever. His family has a lot of money. Her side of the family is completely like, she's got a stepdad who wasn't very involved. And then you also have her mom, who is like an indie, like artist, sort of crazy lady. She's very bipolar, so she doesn't have any support on that side. And then throughout the film, you also learn like her marrying somebody who is an alcoholic was actually part of a long family cycle that she was never told about. And so it's very interesting, like, to see her realizing that and just like working through it and stuff like that. But it also has a lot of awareness of like women's shelters and the overall like food stamps and if somebody with no money is trying to find a house, there's all these forms and papers and things like that. The other thing that I really like about this series is that it brings it all to her perspective. And so like she was looking through these papers, all these legal papers to get custody for her daughter. And instead of titling it like the classic, like, oh, custody form or whatever, she would flip through and it would say like, you're a failure, or nobody cares, or you're left alone, things like that. And so it would really bring it back to her perspective of how she was viewing the event and how it felt to be in that position of like she would go to the store with her food stamps and things like that. And like whenever people would stare at her for like holding up the line or things like that, like it was very, very well done series. So I would strongly recommend that one too. There's a lot of language in that one and a little bit of violence. It doesn't really get into depth that bad, but she has a lot of flashbacks and she is cleaning houses. And so there's a lot of like, some people have some sketchy things in their house and things like that. But it's kind of her also, the other element of this is because she's cleaning houses, she encounters a lot of rich people who are like extremely wealthy, but have completely, like, broken homes, basically, but they're not willing to admit it. And so she's gone to, like, multiple different houses, and she's seen a lady who has wanted a child her whole life. They're, like, the same age, whatever, but she can't have kids. And so her and her husband adopt a kid, and then as soon as the kid is able to, like, be adopted, whatever, her husband says, you know what, forget it. On Thanksgiving, he says, I want a divorce. And so then this woman, this the rich lady,
the maid,
the rich lady tells the maid all this, and she's crying and like things like that. And so then the maid is like, man, like, you know, she really felt for that and like really appreciated her sharing that story. But then the next day she shows up to work, and the rich lady is treated her like trash, you know? And so, yeah, there's like this whole element of like poverty and rich, like wealth. I shouldn't say rich, like wealthy and poor, and you know, social viewings, and it's so good.
Interesting.
So good. I watched like 2 episodes today. I watched like 4 yesterday. So good. It's very short. So yeah. Have you seen any episode? I mean, any not episode.
Any episode? No.
Any series that you are wanting to watch but haven't gotten to yet?
Oh, there was one. I can't remember its name. I can't remember what it was.
Is it like a top seller or like top view? Not seller. What am I saying?
Top seller.
Top view or something like that.
We're gonna do a really quick,
quick
Netflix
Google
scroll.
search.
There was one show.
Okay.
I can't remember. Oh, I remember. Anne with an E.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. What do you think about that? Because I
don't know. I'm willing to check it out.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it.
There's like a bunch of seasons though. That's kind of why I don't want to start it. Because like once
I'm
I
willing
start
to check
watching
it out.
them. Ooh.
The Umbrella Academy is also a very good show. I would highly recommend it. I don't even know. The concept's wild. It's basically about these like superhero siblings.
Oh.
But it's
Anne
like
with an E?
no.
Oh, I was like, what are we talking about here? I'm
sorry,
pretty sure
no.
that's not right.
Anne with an E is based off of Anne of Green Gables. It's basically
okay.
just
yeah.
Anne of Green Gables brought to television.
Have you seen any of them yet?
No.
Okay.
I would love to though.
Yeah.
I haven't had time.
Yes.
The Umbrella Academy is superpowered siblings with a bunch of trauma.
Oh wow.
Who were raised in an abusive place, but they were basically like kid heroes. But now here they are as adults.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would recommend it. Of course, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm scrolling through my Netflix
Avatar:
right
The
now.
Last Airbender. I think I have seen the entirety.
It's
at
a
least
kids
4
show,
times.
but it's got good content.
Good content. Yeah, I know.
Stranger Things, of course, would recommend that. The Lorax. What?
The Lorax. Let's go.
Why is that on my watch it again list?
Save the trees.
Ooh, last show. The Queen's Gambit. Have you seen it?
I have not. I have only.
Oh,
the
that is
first time
so
I've
good.
watched TV like this whole year was over fall break.
Interesting.
So.
Queen's Gambit. It's in a limited series, so it's only 1 season.
Okay.
And there's like 8 episodes.
Okay.
It's basically about Elizabeth Bennet.
Oh.
No, not Bennett.
I was like, hold up. Like, Pride and
No.
Prejudice, Elizabeth Bennet?
No.
I'm
I'm
like,
getting my
man,
characters
we have
confused.
taken a turn.
Elizabeth Harmon.
Okay.
Yes. Beth. I can't believe I got her name. Oh dear. Oh dear. Anya Taylor-Joy is Elizabeth Harmon, who's like a female chess protege.
Ooh.
Protege. In the 1950s, question mark.
Probably.
Fantastic set design, fantastic acting, fantastic costume design. Just a fantastic story. I would highly recommend you watch it. Both you, Journey, and anyone who's listening.
Very cool.
If you
Is there
haven't
any
already.
like warnings before watching it? Or anything?
There,
just to be like,
yeah,
hey.
there's a little bit of like alcohol abuse in it.
Yeah.
But it's nothing too major.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing
Interesting.
like, yeah, and it's not like violent at all.
Yeah.
Um,
Awesome.
Yeah, I will just give it in general warning because I can't remember exactly what's.
Yeah.
Because honestly, here's the thing. The story is so good that I just
Yeah.
don't remember any of the other stuff.
Exactly. Like,
And I think
you
that's
see the big picture story,
yeah.
not the no, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I think that also says something about the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will throw a warning out there. But watch the show if you can. Watch the show. It's so good.
We have another show.
What's the show?
James Bond. What did you think of that one? We watched it when?
Oh boy.
Like Friday? It feels like we watched it like a month ago or something like that.
Is that what I did on Thursday? Was that Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh my
Isn't
gosh.
that crazy?
I was at dinner.
Oh, that's right.
And I was talking with, just catching up with some of my floor mates. And I was telling them about my weekend. And I was a little scared because I couldn't remember what I did on Thursday, like, at all.
Yeah, no, I couldn't remember what I did on Friday or Saturday. It's because we did the same thing on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, no, I was like, what did I do on Thursday? I'm kind of concerned. No, I remember. We saw James Bond, the final.
No Time to Die?
Yeah.
No Time Enough to Die? I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. It's a new.
No Time
This
to
is the
Die.
final Daniel Craig James Bond movie.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
What did you
ashamed.
think about it?
Considering the fact
Hang on. Have you watched the other movies?
Bits and pieces a while ago.
Okay. So I've watched
So.
none of them. But what I was told was that I didn't need to watch the other ones.
I need to rewatch them all. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, it helps if you watch the other ones, but honestly, I thought it was enjoyable without any context of the other ones. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, considering the fact that I had no clue what movie we were going to see until the movie itself started.
No, until after. We didn't even know what we were watching until after we paid for our ticket and walked through.
Yeah, no, so we paid for our ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what movie we're watching.
We went with a group of friends, and so the person in front of the line was like, yeah, get 2 tickets to James Bond, whatever. And then, like,
I missed that part.
The rest of us were like, yeah, just get what they got. And then we're like, okay.
Because 2 people arrived ahead of us. So they, like, reserved some seats, and they bought the tickets. And then we're like, yeah, we're with that group. So we paid for the ticket.
Yeah.
We don't even know what movie we're watching, because I paid for yours.
Yeah, and it was between...
I don't even remember what movies we were discussing to watch.
And, like, Dune or something like that.
Dune?
Wait,
that wasn't on the list.
No. The Last Duel.
Yeah.
Right? The Last Duel.
Yeah. So I wasn't even a part of this. So like all I knew was that we were going to the movies.
Yes.
I didn't know what movie we were watching.
Somebody that we knew, and we're like, let's go.
I didn't know what movie we were watching until I saw Daniel Craig on the screen. I was like, oh, is this the final James Bond movie? Yeah, I was wanting to watch this.
We were with like 5 to 6 other people.
It was 6 total.
6 people. So yeah. But yeah, what did you think? What did you think about it?
I thought the movie itself was really good.
Yes.
It was very good. It's been a while since I saw a good action film, and that was a good action film.
Yeah,
so.
I would say action film for sure. It was really good. That was the first time I had sat down for more than 2 hours to watch anything, like still.
That movie was like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it was a very long movie.
And it was so good. I was engaged, but every time there was an action scene, I was like, this is fun, but like, when is this movie gonna end?
Yeah, no, I was like, what? Like, yeah, it was cool. Somebody brought up a good point. They said that in that movie, they managed to bring up 2 villains, completely have character depth on both, and then kill them off. And it didn't feel like rushed or even expected. So that was really cool. And James Bond does die at the end because they had to kill him off. But yeah, it was pretty good. We watched it in the IMAX. So first time, I'm pretty sure I've gone to the IMAX. So those recliner chairs were pretty good.
Yeah, those are only, I think those are only at the AMC. Yeah. I always went to Hamilton IMAX Theater.
Yeah.
Which, in Hamilton Town Center, down in Fishers, Noblesville area. So every time I go into the AMC, I'm like, dang. This is bougie. This is like luxurious. They're like reclining chairs. Like you could lay down in bed.
Yeah, I know. I almost fell asleep. Like it's an action movie, obviously. Like I was like attentive to the movie, but it was so comfy. I almost fell asleep. So yeah, let's see here. Have we watched any other films? I think fall break we just like went crazy with watching films.
I think so. We need to have another group movie night with the Film group.
Film group.
We haven't had one of those in a while. Ooh, this weekend.
This weekend.
Movie night.
What's coming up this weekend?
I don't know. Movie night. That's official. We're having a movie night this weekend.
We're not going back to the IMAX, though. If we go to theaters, we're going to, like, cheapest price. Because I don't want to pay $15 for a ticket again.
Well, that's
I'm
fair.
used to, like, $6 because we don't have pretty sure we don't have an IMAX where I live.
Yeah.
But we
That's
just
fair.
have, like, regular.
And
the one in Marion is $6. So
yeah, I think I went to Marion's to
Marion's
see
kinda sketch.
Shang-Chi.
yes, we can talk about that one. What did you think about that one?
I thought it was very good. I need to see it again before I give it my official rating
This
because
is
I always
true.
see movies at least twice.
Okay.
Because, like, your first impression of the movie, your first watching is always different
Yeah.
than if you watch it again, obviously, because you're watching it again, you know what's coming. But lost my train of thought. But oh my gosh.
I said review it, and then you said you needed to watch it twice.
Yeah, because if you watch it for the first time, and all like especially with Marvel films, they smack you in the face with all the
That's
shock
true.
factors.
Yeah.
But then you watch it again, you're like, okay, but did that actually pay off?
Yeah.
Knowing from the beginning what's gonna come. So,
Yeah.
For example, when I first watched Black Panther, I was like, oh, okay, this is like your standard Marvel film, you know, whatever. But then I kept watching it, and I'm like, every time I watch this movie, it gets better and better and better. And now it's probably at like the top of my list for Marvel films.
That's true. I love watching like the newer Spider-Man. The new Chloe's like giving me a death look right now. Hello?
Oh, am I?
Hello? I know sometimes I'll say Spider-Man and people are like, are you kidding me? Of all the heroes,
No,
you're going to pick Spider-Man?
No.
And I'm like,
No.
yeah, it's just a good film.
Spider-Man does whatever.
The new one though, I'm like, no way.
Oh, you mean with the Tom Holland?
Yeah.
I said the Tom Holland.
The Tom
Tom Holland, not a Tom Holland. The Tom Holland.
Yeah. No, the new one looks so good.
The No Way Home with Doctor Strange.
I know. People tell me it's the same story every time, but it's a good story, so
okay.
I could hear it.
What's kind of funny about the newer MCU Tom Holland Spider-Man movies is that out of context of the MCU, they make no sense.
That's kind of true.
Because if you think
Outside
of like
if they weren't a Marvel, is that what you're saying?
If they weren't a part, the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, they all kind of tied together.
Yeah.
And they kind of build off of each other.
Oh, that's true.
If it were like its own trilogy, like the Tobey Maguire,
like, who in
Andrew
the world
Garfield,
is this wizard guy? And it's like, yeah, that.
yeah, if you're just watching the movies just to watch a Spider-Man film, you're like, who the heck is this guy?
Who's this wizard guy? It's like, it's Doctor Strange.
It's Doctor Strange. He was in his own movie.
Who's this robot guy, like Iron Man? Or wait, you wouldn't even know who that is because he overlaps in the film.
Well,
no, he doesn't.
I think if you watch Spider-Man, you should probably know who Iron Man is.
I mean, no, I'm saying like if based off your theology. We've lost it. We've lost it.
If you're watching Spider-Man and you don't know who Iron Man is, you really need to rethink your life choices.
You should,
unless
you live in the world of Spider-Man not being part of the Marvel
Unless you
series.
just live in the world.
Unless you just live in the This is true. This is true.
This is what our radio show has come to.
Next week there will be somebody here. Disclaimer.
We have a plan for next week.
This week we are just going to talk about fall break. Here we are.
We're not even talking about I don't even know what we're talking about. This is fun.
Oh no.
Guys, I got a mini harmonica today.
It's like the size of her pinky finger.
It's smaller than my pinky finger.
Smaller than her pinky finger. Where did you get it from?
Kentucky.
No way. That's cool.
Okay, we'll put that away. I did that because Emily wanted me to play my harmonica on the radio. So
Aww.
You're welcome, Emily. You better be listening.
Emily,
Hookama. Hookama.
Okay, she knows who she is. I don't think I've ever met this person.
Oh, you've met her.
She knows who she is.
She knows.
She knows who
I hope she knows who she is. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I've known her since 4th grade.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, well, you heard it first. You heard it
here, folks. I know people.
Oh man. All right, let's see her. What is some new music you've heard?
I've been bleh. I've been really getting back into Hosier lately. Like, I've
Okay.
always really liked Hosier and
Yeah.
his music style, but, like, just lately I've been really getting back into him.
Okay.
Into his music. Not him as a person. That's weird.
No,
Um,
yeah.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. His music
What's
is
some
very,
of his
like...
top songs that you
ethereal.
like?
Oh, buddy. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Emily Texas saying, how rude. Well, I'm glad you're listening. Thank you for tuning in.
Let's see here.
I like In a Week
Okay.
from his 2014 album Into excuse me. In the Woods Somewhere is pretty gnarly. Wasteland Baby, his newest album as of 2019.
Nice.
It's pretty good. Just really any of his music is pretty good. I don't know why I had to look up his songs.
I said
Because I had to pick.
Yeah.
I had to pick one. And
Basically.
15 songs rolled through my head.
Yeah.
I was listening while doing laundry today. My roommate was there.
Nice.
Shout out to Rissy. She's
Shout out to
fantastic.
Rissy.
She's also in the show, Women of Lockerbie.
Yes.
Go
So
see
go
it.
watch that.
Last weekend of October, first weekend of November.
Yes. That's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's going to be very good. I am so excited for that show because Rissy's been telling me just different things. And they're actually building hills on stage and they're painting the
They're
stinking
also
grass.
building a stream. Like,
Yeah,
water
they're
is going to
they're
be
putting
moving
actual
across.
water. Water's going to be
Water
moving
movement.
across the stage.
Yeah.
Guys, it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, that's going to be super cool.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Some new artists I have discovered.
Yes. What artists have you discovered?
So, I realized that Newsboys has a new album out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It came out. Okay, I don't know. I guess this year. Okay, didn't know that. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but it's called Stand, and yeah, it's on. I don't know. I always listen to like YouTube. Like I just get the playlist going.
That's fair.
But also there's another band called We Are Messengers, and they came out with an album this year too, and it's called Wholehearted. So I really like We Are Messengers. They're an Irish band, but they are they're in America touring right now. But they just have some really cool, like, I don't know, I just like their style and their just like what they sound like and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. They're an Irish Christian band, so shout out to them.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else is new. There's some. Ooh, let's see here. I'm looking on what's new on Spotify.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't really know. Because all the new ones I don't really recognize. It's just like anything that's new.
Galleys with good oars.
Yes,
sail
Chloe,
to
sing.
distant shores. Stand up on the bow. Noble bark I steer. Steady course to the haven.
What is this song, Chloe?
Many foam and human.
Short film. Should we talk about that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That was My Mother Told Me from Vikings. I don't know. I had a feeling there was going to be an awkward silence. So.
But we have just filled it.
We have. So,
We
Journey
filmed.
was in a short film. It's a short film. It's like 50 seconds long.
It
It's
is
actually kind of
25 seconds long, actually.
Oh, it's
25 seconds long.
Yeah.
So basically, some preface on this upcoming series that you should watch out for. Go to
It's a
YouTube,
series.
and it will be.
Oh,
It
let's
will be
go.
soon. So there is Patrick Marsh. I will repeat again. Patrick Marsh. Go to
Don't
his
know who
YouTube. Go to his YouTube channel titled Patrick Marsh, and and I was in a short film along with Caroline,
Pascal.
Thane, and Justice.
This is the same Caroline.
is in.
This is the same Caroline that's going to be in the upcoming show.
Yes.
Yes.
So this was like Friday night, I think. No, this was like Sunday night.
It was when
Today
I
is
was not
Monday.
here, or
Yeah.
else I would have been involved.
It was Sunday night.
So Sunday.
That's what it was. So Sunday there was no food on campus. So Justice, Caroline and I all went to McDonald's.
I was wondering about that because he sent that text and no one liked it.
There was no food.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, there was no food on campus. Like, the stew was closed and the DC was closed.
Man, they're
by
really
the time
trying
he
to
texted
starve
that.
us over.
Yeah, and it was also fall break, so like there wasn't there was food over fall break, but
well,
not on Sunday.
Not only was it fall break, it was a Sunday in fall break.
Yeah.
So it's like triple closed.
Yeah.
Everything's like triple closed.
And
Okay,
like
sorry.
there's nobody on campus, whatever. So, anyways, we all go to McDonald's, and then he was telling us about Patrick is wanting to make a series of like real life bad dad jokes. And so in this video, we were playing on the pun like man up basically. And so, you know, Caroline is sitting there and we're like Caroline and I are doing homework and Caroline's like also we'll feature this on our
Can we recreate it right now?
Yeah, we can. We'll feature it on our Instagram page.
I'll be Caroline.
So Caroline says
No, Journey says first.
Oh wait,
we're
studying.
Dim the lights. We're in the setting. We're
Yes.
in McDonald's right now. We're in a booth. We're facing each other. We're both typing on our
We're not in McDonald's.
keyboard.
We're in a library.
We're in McDonald's.
We're in the library.
Okay.
McDonald's was a
We're in the
little sketch.
library. We're in the McDonald's in the library.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we're in the library.
Basically, we're in the library.
Reset setting. We are in the library studying for whatever. Then I say, "Oh man, I can't believe it. I'm so stressed. Like I have so much homework." And then Caroline says,
Oh, dude, man, we just gotta do it. So you just gotta man up.
and then Thane appears as me, and he's like, "Oh, all right, whatever."
And he's wearing Journey's clothes, which was fantastic.
Well, it wasn't even my clothes. It was Caroline's clothes.
That makes it even better.
but anyways, it's just this play on words of like, oh, man up, and then like, you know.
Journey turns into a man in order to do her homework.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
25 seconds. It's probably not that funny, us explaining it, but if you watch it, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
So.
We spent
and
more
it's so
time
abrupt. It's so abrupt.
We spent more time explaining it than
the actual
video.
But because of this, Patrick and Justice are going to be
Get Patrick those views.
Yeah, get him those views.
Like
Let's
and
see.
subscribe.
How many views do we have? We have 46 views.
How many
so
likes? Like 4?
7. Now 8. I just liked it. So now we have 8 views.
Let's go.
So yeah, just go watch
That's when I
it.
saw it there
And he's
before.
going to be making a whole series of real life, well-made, good quality dad joke films.
We could see about getting his permission to put it up on the Instagram.
Well, it's already on the internet, so I mean,
Well,
I know.
true.
Out of courtesy of Patrick.
Out of
yeah.
courtesy to Patrick.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. As far as entertainment goes, let's see here. Let's see here. So another artist that has new music out. His name is Anson
Sebra.
Yes, Chloe knows him better than me. But he came out with a new
Love this
song
guy.
called.
He's got a very nice,
He has a-
calming
yes.
voice. For my family, he's the guy that wrote the "Welcome to Wonderland" song, which was featured in that in our senior show.
Oh, that's super cool.
That we wrote and I directed. That was a lot of fun. So
you guys featured his song?
Yeah.
That's super cool.
for the finale.
He's a very good writer. So he plays piano and he it's basically like one of those artists you listen to whenever it's raining outside.
Yeah.
It's just like super calm.
It's very calming.
It's like kind of sad because
music.
he's like, oh, I broke up with so and so and my heart hurts. But he makes it all not pathetic, poetic.
You're pathetic in your feelings
Poetic.
of heartbreak.
He makes it very poetic, is what I'm trying to say. And then
He
so it sounds very good.
romanticizes the sad parts of life.
He does, and
But
he does a
he-
good job
he-
doing it.
I don't want to actually. No, I lied. I don't want to say romanticizes. It feels like he's romanticizing it, but he's
Yeah.
like rubbing it raw.
Which is
Like it's
very
so
cool.
real, his music,
Mhm.
but it feels romanticized.
Yes.
And I think that's what's so good about it,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
also
no,
so
I
calming.
agree. He's pretty
If you're
good.
really sad at 3 a.m.,
Then listen to
Anson
his
Sebra.
music.
if you're going through a breakup, Anson Sebra.
And if you're not, and you just want to go to sleep,
Anson Sebra.
yeah, there you go. Because it's just like it'll make you fall asleep. So that's pretty good right there. Let's see here. What else has been going on?
Is there anything that happened, like, this is gonna be a long stretch. Is there anything that happened, like, 2 weeks ago, like in the past 2 weeks, because we technically didn't get a show last week.
Oh, that's true. We had midterms.
Ah!
Also, Conan Gray is having a whole album come out on October 29th. So be on the lookout for that.
Woo-hoo.
I just saw that on... Anyways, so that's just side note. But yeah, last week we had midterms, and...
We're lucky there's like
How did it go?
a wind
Windbreaker
cover thing on the microphone, because if you can see me, I'm trying to do all like this foley stuff. Like I brought up the keyboard. I'm like touching on the keyboard. I've been like,
We have a... Yeah. So we
been,
don't
like,
hear all the
rubbing-
weird sounds.
if there's been weird sounds, it's me. My midterms. Whew,
Yeah, how did your midterms go? And
I
we're
mean-
not going to shout out specifically any
I got
tests or anything like that.
I got an F.
I mean,
Woohoo.
you can say what your grades
No.
are, just not in the class. Just say
Yeah,
a
no.
general like statement about your overall.
My midterms were pretty good. I had, you know which class this is, but one of our midterms was like 214 points.
Yes.
214 questions, like 400 points.
Yes.
And it took me 3 hours to
3
do.
hours.
Ah.
Same. That was.
I think it took everyone 3 hours to do.
That was actually 3 weeks ago. That was over homecoming weekend.
Oh my gosh. We should
Yeah.
talk about that too.
Yeah, that's over homecoming
Family weekend. Homecoming weekend.
Yeah. Holy cow, that was 3 weeks
That
ago.
was fun. What did I do during homecoming?
Well, we ate Chick-fil-A in my room, and
That was
then-
fun. I met your family too. Shout out to Journey's family.
Yeah, hey, if you're listening, shout out to you.
I imagine that they're going wild right
They're
now.
like,
They're like,
yeah.
um,
Shout here, I'll make them go even more wild. Shout out to my mom and my dad and Justin, Jaden, Jonah.
Woo, woo.
Wow, hang on. Justin, Jaden, Jonah, Julia, Joel. Who did I just forget? Justin, Jaden, Jonah, Julia, Joel. Yeah, okay, yep. There we That's so embarrassing.
You sure you got everyone?
That's a part in this where we're like,
You're just like
cut. We're like, cut that arm out.
And
if shout out to Chloe's cat. Okay.
Thank you.
You don't understand how amazing this cat was until you've met her cat. Her
That
cat.
was so random.
No,
but yes,
it is random, but it's
shout
the
out
first
to my
cat
Harry.
I did not die of an allergy from. And it is the most... It's the
Shout out
biggest...
to my cat. Woohoo.
Wait, what's its name again?
Harry.
Harry. It's the biggest
Harry
cat. It's literally, no. It looks like a cat you would own. It is a huge cat. Like, I don't even know how to... Like, it's huge, fluffy,
He's a fluffy boy.
huge cat. I normally, like, just, like...
Forgot you
pass
met my
out.
cat, so that was so random.
No, I normally, like, get so super, like, allergic to cats and stuff like that just because of fur and whatever. So I don't know if that's a hypo...
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Don't hurt yourself. I get what you're saying.
But I don't know if that was one of those types of cats for allergies, but it was amazing. And I know my sister would have really liked it, so
Aw.
shout out to Julia. You'll have to come up visit Chloe's house, specifically her cat, someday.
Not even my house. Just
And
my
her dog.
cat.
And her, yes.
Yes.
So anyways, that was kind of a side
another
thing.
thing we did. Journey, Caroline, and I thought it would be really smart to go wander in the middle of the woods while playing creepy music.
In the woods, meaning the back of Chloe's house. Just preface that we did not just go walk in a random woods. It was the back of the woods Chloe
Well, for
owns.
you guys, it was a random woods.
It was a random
It was
woods
behind
to
my
me.
house, yeah.
But
We
it was
call
behind-
it the Doma.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's Chloe's property, so we didn't
Yeah.
But that was
Yep,
kind of
yep.
creepy. We did
That was
play.
really scary.
It was at midnight,
And
and we're like walking
no, it
across
was
the
at like
bridge.
1 a.m. We walked in. There's a bridge.
Yeah.
And we walked across the bridge, and then it's like this like field
Yeah.
with all the trees like surrounding it. There were these dead sunflowers. Keep in mind, I've been in this area 1,000 times, and I was
'cause
creeped
it's your
out.
backyard.
It's my
Like-
backyard.
Yeah.
I was scared of my own backyard because Caroline was
I
like
think it was the
playing the
music,
Squid
though.
Game music. It was like, ooh. It was like the ooh, 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 ooh,
Do,
ooh,
do,
ooh,
do,
ooh,
do.
ooh,
Oh, it was
ooh. Yeah.
so creepy. And it was like, oh, it was so that's our imitation.
We get
of
copyrighted
scary
for this.
music. Yeah, for real. That's our imitation of scary music right there. So if
We're gonna listen back to that and be like, what are we doing?
But yeah, it was creepy. So then we all went inside, and then we watched Squid Game. Not all of them, like we were planning on doing, but we
We
did
should-
finish watching all of them.
We should have watched Squid Games in the backyard in the
That would
creepy
have
one.
been terrifying. Because you could hear the coyotes, like, in the
Oh
distance.
yeah, the coyotes were screaming. And like, if you've heard coyotes, you know they scream. They don't
They're
they don't
loud.
do the they're like. Actually, no, that's more
I
of a,
did not
that's
hear
more,
that. Okay.
that's more of a
I did not
Tasmanian
hear
devil.
that.
They like do like the screaming. Like it sounds
They're
like people
"Ooh,
screaming.
ooh."
No.
Okay, maybe not that.
It's like I don't want to scream, but it sounds like
Yeah.
people screaming in the distance.
That's true.
So
but
it's
it was
always
still
scary.
your backyard, so we were all safe. But
Like I've heard coyotes
So-
1,000 times, but every time I hear them, it's like, oh, is someone dying? No, it's just coyotes. It's okay.
it's just coyotes.
It's just creepy. Everything's creepier outside at 1 a.m.
And it wasn't even 1 a.m. It was midnight because we started watching the show at 1.
Did we?
Yeah,
Oh,
we did.
interesting.
It's so
Oh,
it's
well.
so weird.
We
Let's see
technically
here.
have 9 minutes because there's no one after us, so we can keep going or we can end it.
We got 9 minutes because I was watching
Oh.
Maid for 2 hours today.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't do I got a lot of my homework done because I woke up early today, but yeah, we'll end at 9. But you guys, we'll see you next
Got
week.
some things to do. Really quick before we go,
Yeah.
Emily says, speaking of Harry,
Tell her to call in. We don't know how to use the phone, but tell her to call in.
she could call my phone. Basically, apparently Harry Styles is gonna be in the next apparently Harry Styles is gonna be showing up in the MCU. As
That is just wrong. I'm sorry, but that is just wrong.
it's gonna be interesting.
That'd be like if Billie Eilish showed up in like Suicide Squad or
Well,
something like that. Like that's
she
just
would.
wrong. That's just
It's gonna
not
be
even
weird.
right.
He's gonna be he's apparently gonna be doing the role of Eros. I almost said son of Thanos. No,
Oh, I was like,
Eros, brother of Thanos.
okay.
She says, "Amen, Journey." She agrees with you. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird because he was in Dunkirk that one
yeah.
time, and he did a good
I
job.
didn't know he was.
Yeah, he was in
No
Dunkirk.
way. Has he been in any other films?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I feel like I would know though.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
everyone
mean,
would
he's
know.
a pretty
It's a pretty
popular-
well known fella.
Yeah, for real though. That's
but yeah,
so weird.
Fun fact: he's like the only person out there who has like the #1 album and has been in like a #1 blockbuster movie.
Oh, wow.
So that probably did something for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, not sure how I feel yet.
I don't like it. Nope, I don't like it.
You don't like it? That's completely fair.
I don't.
I want to
Unless
see.
you can pull it off well.
I want to
ugh.
see what they do.
Yeah, like what the storyline will be, or
I
like
wanna-
how
yeah.
they incorporate.
I want to see what they do with it before I
Yeah,
make assumptions and judgments and all of that.
I still don't like it. But
As of right
I'll-
now,
I'll
it's
give
gonna
it
be
a
weird because I'm like,
chance. Yeah, because he's like
eh.
he's a music.
next
like,
thing.
yeah.
I almost said next thing you know, Zendaya's gonna be the MCU. She is in the MCU. Zendaya.
Zendaya is too.
Yeah, she's MJ.
Oh wait, I knew that. That was so dumb. I knew she was. Yeah. She was in another film that I was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marvel's
Yeah.
just collecting all the celebrities at this point.
For
I don't
real,
even.
though.
I don't like Haley Steinfeld in the Hawkeye show. I'm not gonna like
Oh,
that
Yeah.
because I feel like I see these characters. I'm like, oh, that's Haley Steinfeld. That's not Kate Bishop. You know.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I want to see
Yeah.
the character and be like, oh yes, that's Kate Bishop.
Because like after Harry Styles is like playing
All
a
I'm
character.
gonna see is Harry Styles,
Styles,
brother
like-
of Thanos or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. And like nobody's gonna refer to him as his character name. They're all gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Harry Styles."
Oh yeah, that's what they did in Dunkirk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone's like,
I actually haven't watched that yet, so
I would recommend watching it.
Movie
It's
night.
actually pretty good. Movie night.
Movie night.
Movie night.
Movie night ideas.
Movie night. Who's gonna host?
Oh, no one. I was
No host? Okay.
No host. Okay.
Movie
no.
night. Euler.
But yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it's 8:54. Should we wrap up?
I think so.
Oh, we could probably wrap up. I got some work to do. This was fun. This was a really chill episode.
It was.
Every once in a while, we should do episodes like this that are just really chill.
Yeah.
But next week, we're gonna have Ethan.
We'll have
back.
Ethan back. He was here
And then-
last week, and so were we. The channel just didn't work, so
yeah.
we just didn't stream.
I
But he will be
got
back next week.
there. We got some other things planned. We got some stuff within. I
Yeah.
think we have possibly 2 collaborations planned.
Oh yeah.
We
We have, I think, at least 3 because I haven't asked them yet, but I know that they're gonna say yes. Because I kind of already know them.
No. I meant like with other radio shows.
Oh, on radio shows.
I'm working on that.
Yeah.
And then we have other guests that we're going to bring on our show.
Yes. To be announced on the gram.
To be announced,
so.
yeah. But there's stuff to look forward to. So keep tuned.
Keep tuned in. Keep on tuning in.
So keep on tuning in. We do fun stuff here. Journey with Chloe, episode 5.5.
That's right. Well, we'll see
you next week for episode 6. Enjoy the lovely music. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.